Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got...
Happy Friday!
Happy Friday.
So glad it's Friday. Girl,
hey. It's Friday. It's ladies' night. And I love this night. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
That's what's up. Yes. The ladies are on tonight.
Hey.
Out and about doing whatever they're doing, but it is us three. So,
Yeah.
Of course, I am truly honored to always have our house therapist in this space.
Hello. Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. It's always a blessing to be in this space. I can appreciate that.
Yes, most definitely. And it's always an honor to have my oldest seed here joining in as a co-host with me tonight. So hey, Nay.
Hey, y'all.
Yes. So we hope all is well. We know we were out for a few weeks. The fellas have had some other stuff going on, so we just kind of took a little bit of break, but we are here. I was not canceling tonight, so because I start missing, I start forgetting what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. So
yeah, it be like that though. Sometimes we need a little break.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, but we are here. You know, I look forward to these special ones, the first of the month Fridays. So we in here.
All right. That's what's up.
Yes. So if you have not, please like, share, subscribe, especially on YouTube, and hit the notification bell. Follow us on Facebook, of course, TikTok, Spotify, because I know people ask. But yes, we are on Spotify. We're on Pandora, Apple. We're on a whole lot of stuff.
Okay. I love it.
But we here. There it is. So for the people that are tuning in tonight, we're going to get started. First question is, or what I want folks to do, if you are an overthinker, comment overthinker in the comments.
God, it's me, Jesus. It's me. Y'all just called me all out. Last time it was my toxic behavior. Now it's my overthinking, Jesus. Y'all gonna look at my messy house next? Y'all wanna look at next?
And it's funny because this one just came to me literally out of nowhere, and I was like,
have mercy.
Did that one? So I kind of had to look to make sure we haven't done it. But I was like, okay, we haven't done that one yet, but it is so common. Being an overthinker, so common.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely gonna kick this off tonight. Larneka, what is an overthinker?
An overthinker is me. Okay, it's basically thinking repeatedly, analyzing everything, worrying about stuff happening, just catastrophizing, trying to predict. It's like you could have one thought and you just take it and run with it. You know, we don't realize how the brain works. You know, we may have a thought and it's like, okay, you know, I don't know. But we analyze it, we replay it, and we play it again, and we play it again. And it's not that you're trying to find a solution, because if I'm thinking about something and I'm analyzing it to come up with a solution or a plan or, I don't know, something that I can do, a cause and effect, a problem solve kind of thing, then yeah. But a lot of times we just thinking and replaying and maybe put another scenario to it. Maybe we're making up a story that ain't even there. Okay. So it's analyzing it's rooted in anxiety. Really and truly, it is. It's rooted in anxiety
Mhm.
because you may have some people with PTSD of any sorts, and the thinking is hypervigilance. If I come here and there may be some danger, what can I do to get out of it? What if it's this? What if it's that? What if it ain't that? What if it's something? And it triggers the nervous system to just go haywire. There could be some impulsivity. That'd be me. If I get a thought, baby, I'm checking everything and everybody. What y'all say? What y'all do? It's like, y'all ain't nobody doing nothing. We chilling. What's the matter? It's the overthinking, stinking thinking. So that's what it basically is. Let's chill. Is worrying about stuff and overanalyzing it, just replaying it in your head. Why do we overthink? Like I said, maybe some trauma, a lot of fears, fear of failure. If I have a big, I don't know, presentation or something that I have to do, yeah, we want to plan and make certain that, you know, we're presenting correctly. We might have a little perfectionism that's in there. So if I plan this event or I do this presentation, what they gonna think about me? And if they don't think good of me, then I might get fired. If I get fired, I'm gonna be able to eat. And if I can't eat, then I have to go be in a home. You know, it could take it just goes.
It's draining.
Goes.
Yeah.
And it could keep you up at night. You might start thinking about it. Did I do this? And if I didn't do that, then it's this. Well, let me stop thinking about it because now I have insomnia. Well, I have insomnia. I might as well do this. Or, you know, it goes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think my worst space or time of overthinking
Uh-oh. Did we all freeze? Just TK.
I think she did.
Uh-oh.
I think she did.
the
Come
power
on back, sister. Come back to the light.
the
Come
power
back to
went,
the
the
light.
power went out.
Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I know the weather
What?
been doing weird. Y'all got some rain over there?
No. Okay.
Not yet.
Well, I guess it went out in the room.
Uh-oh, you tripped a breaker. You got too much stuff on?
No, I don't, but obviously there's something going on. So yeah. Sorry about
Uh-oh.
that. We here. Just have to open this window for the moment. We're gonna be by the light. We're gonna do the give me the
Okay.
light in the next moment. So yeah. But my space, I would say what my overthinking is if I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, or I just wake up and I can't go back to sleep because my mind is going doo, 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 and it didn't ran 100 miles and it's still running because it's going all these thoughts. You know, you done got into that little argument and it started overplaying all that you should have said in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say. It's the things that you should have said that you didn't say. Or just different overplaying different scenarios and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my bad time. Yeah.
I think mine is when it comes to making plans with people, and it gets closer and closer to that day of the plans, and I'm like, oh shit, what if they cancel? What if something happened? What if it rained? What if they forget about me? And I'm sitting here double texting, we still on? Hour before that, the hour before the event, we still on? They'd be like, Ajane. I'd be like, yeah, I'm overthinking. I'm sorry.
And I wasn't tripping. It's raining outside.
Oh, okay, yeah. The weather been doing like it rained real bad one day this week, and my mom was saying in Port Arthur the power had went out, but it didn't go out over here. So you know, and you know the power company is exhausted. Child, it's hurricane season. We in trouble. If something do come through, they look like we probably ain't gonna have no power. The grid's all jacked up and all this other stuff. You see that? That was overthinking. Okay. That was a pure example of it. Your power went out, and I done predicted the whole hurricane season, and we ain't gonna have no power, girl. We in trouble. Okay, we in trouble. We is in trouble.
All right. Keep that going. Hold on. Give me a second. Go ahead. Go to your next part.
All right. So, how do we know if we overthinking? Because like you say, we replay a conversation over and over again. We might rehearse it. We look at the worst case scenario. We catastrophizing it. We are, and in that we're looking for constant reassurance. Like in relationship to people, if I'm the overthinker, then I'm worried a lot, which worry is going to beget a lot of insecurities. And so I'm going to always need reassurance. Using my own examples, I just be putting, Lord Jesus, y'all pray for me. One day I'm gonna get it right. One day I'm gonna get it right. But I think in my situation, in my relationship, because of past relationship trauma, you get a good thing, is the other shoe gonna drop? What's gonna happen? Is this too good to be true type of thing? And so in my mind, I'm catastrophizing. I'm like, is it this? Could it be this? Could it be that? And then I'm looking for constant reassurance. Tell me these random thoughts that I'm having, this overthinking that I'm having is not true. And that could be exhausting for people. I do understand that. If you have to constantly reassure someone with something that's not happening, that could be exhausting. Even if something could be happening and it's nothing, to it, that can be a lot. And so I think a lot of the overthinking, in some situations, we're looking for control. The unknown, if I can only control me, I can only control what's happening here in my own circle, in my own bubble. I can't control what anybody else is doing. And I think the fact that we don't know if anybody else is doing anything or not, or what's happening, I think it comes with a sense of control in the outcomes of situations, and the mind goes haywire with it. And it can be exhausting. The cost of overthinking, it can increase anxiety. We talk about our nervous system, baby. That nervous system be on 10,000. And you don't even have to go nowhere. That's the thing about it. The crazy thing about how the mind works and how mental health works. I could be literally sitting down, nobody in here, nobody called, nobody text. Maybe I'm watching something on TV or something and get a thought, just a random thought. And then it's like somebody said, ready, set, go. The thoughts are going to run. It's going to run to this. It's going to run to that. And inwardly, you have the heart palpitations. You might be sweating. Mine is in my stomach turning. I'm having all of these triggers. I'm triggered at this point, trying to figure out who said it. Was it real? And ain't nobody in here. Nobody texted me. Nobody called. Nobody said nothing. We just having a random thought, right? So that increases anxiety. Your nervous system. If you have any aches and pains, like I'm going through the Perry need to hurry and get the hell up on out of here. Look, y'all, hey, I don't know if they got estrogen on the black market, but shit, somebody said I'm scared they might put fentanyl in it. But people still have
and Perry sets off your anxiety anyway. So
okay. And so your body, you have, your aches and pains can be amplified. Any sicknesses and illnesses can stir up in the body because you have stressed yourself out just because of random thoughts that you haven't. As mentioned, stress, sleep difficulties. I have been to points where I'm sleeping out, wake up, and I'm thinking, and the heart racing, and hell, now I'm up. I done woke myself up, and I'm thinking, and I'm checking the phone, and what is going on. And it does bring relationship challenges. Like I said, if you constant reassurance and you needing something, that can be exhausting on a partner, especially if they're not doing anything. And you might trigger their own stuff. It's like, why are you thinking like this? Is there something going on with you? So, everybody triggered. Emotional exhaustion, decision paralysis. You don't know what to do. You're stuck in these thoughts. Should I do this? Should I do that? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should do it. Should I do it? Is it up? Is it down? And like we said about physical symptoms with headaches and tension and pain and stuff like that. And so the main thing, a lot of times we think that if we think things through, it can help us, but that's not thinking things through. That's going left. That's going in left field, totally. And what it does, it steals your peace, right? You don't
Yes.
have peace because you're running with these thoughts and you're trying to soothe them some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. No, and I'm that. It gets me stomach wise. Yeah.
Same.
It's just an ultimate upset, like stomach in knots. Definitely feeling like you gotta go. It's just complete, just unrest.
Yeah.
In that space. And at times, even depending, then you may get the chest part of the anxiety.
It can be a lot.
The chest pains.
Yeah, chest pains be crazy. So yeah, and it just like the hardest, sometimes it's like the harder you try to forget or to move past it, it seems like the harder it comes at you.
Yeah.
Because I know I'll be mad as hell. I'll be trying to sleep and be trying to, that when you sitting there and you can close your eyes real tight because you're trying to go back to sleep. Yeah, it'd be like, nope.
Oh yeah.
We stand up.
Insomnia is a big one with overthinking. Getting your brain to relax is it can be difficult, but it's doable. It just takes some preparation, some sleep hygiene, being able to do different techniques and strategies to try to help you to calm that nervous system and calm that brain down. Typically it's learned behavior. I could say that because I could say my mom and my grandmother and them used to worry about everything. So like overthinking and anxiety, they Siamese twins. They stuck together.
Yes.
You can't have one without the other. And so the basic way to heal that is to calm that nervous system. It's to calm that anxiety. A lot of times we think I don't know how to count how many thoughts I have in a day because that's what we do. We think. You get up, you think about what you need to do, what's happening later on, your morning routine. Sometimes we can do it aimlessly, half sleep. We don't really have to think about it. We do the same thing every day. But sometimes, we have stuff we're thinking at work. We got to think to do our jobs. We're thinking if we laying down. We're thinking, I know my brain don't stop. So it comes a time when we have to be aware, to be self-aware of the fact that, okay, I'm overthinking. I'm sitting here like I gave a scenario earlier. Ain't nobody called, nobody text. I'm just thinking, and then bam, I have a thought, and then I took off to the races and ran with it. And so the one thing is to increase awareness. Ask yourself, am I solving a problem or am I just circling a worry? Because you can analyze things to come up with solutions. You could think about, oh man, I gotta, be in Beaumont at this time and I overbook myself or double book myself. What can I do to resolve this issue? And so if I'm thinking it out and planning it out, well then, yeah, that's decent. But if I'm just spinning, just looping, man, I did this, they gonna hate me. It's a lot. I got this going on. It's a lot. What is going on? That kind of thing, that could be a lot. So being aware of your thoughts, slowing yourself down enough to realize, okay, is this something real that's happening or is this anxious thoughts? And if it's anxious thoughts, I need to set them down somewhere. Okay. For two, being able to separate facts from stories. If you, let's say you talking to somebody and they supposed to call and they never call you back, you might start catastrophizing. Well, is they sleep or they dead? What happened? They ain't never called me back. Or is something going on? They doing something, is it fact or is a story I'm telling myself? Because you tell yourself a story, you done ran with it. If it's any factual things, you can find solutions. That's the main thing, finding solutions other than just spiraling. Being able to accept the uncertainty. I cannot control everything. As much as I'd like to control everything, I cannot. And some situations don't require me to resolve them, especially when I got no control. It ain't me, it's somebody else, or whatever the case may be. So I have to be in a place where I can accept the uncertainty. And then what can we do physically? Because just sitting down and letting them loops come and just thinking I need the loops to stop, they're gonna go more. So get moving, because with anxiety triggers a response. Anxiety tells us there's some danger somewhere, so our body is going to automatically get in this fight or flight or fawn or freeze kind of situation. And so we need to let our body, our nervous system know, like, hey, I am safe. Ain't nobody trying to get me. I'm just sitting up here thinking and worrying myself to death. Okay. And so one thing you can do is go for a walk. Moving about it, because when the anxiety is triggered, it wants to do something. That's why people go into panic attacks and everything, because imagine if you're running, you take off running, you more than likely gonna be out of breath. Now, even if you in the best shape, you moving, you gonna be out of breath. So imagine sitting still and your body is putting you in that runner's position, but you ain't even going nowhere. That's why the breathing be like that. That's why the muscles tense up and all these different things, because it's setting us up, it's preparing us for the fight or flight, for any danger, anything that may be happening, right? And so we need to move our bodies. We can go for a walk, we can exercise, we can do some stretching, we can do deep breathing. Amazing how taking a few slow, deep breaths can calm that nervous system. One thing we also do, grounding techniques. What can you see, smell, touch, taste, or hear? Because you're getting yourself out of that loop. It's like, all right, I see my dirty house in here that I need to clean up, Jesus. Or if we get some aromatherapy, some candles or something, okay, I can smell that, because your brain is going to go from the loop to, oh, what is that? Oh, I see this. This is red. Okay. Oh, I hear this. I told someone the other day, one helpful thing that you can do, listen to a song. Listen to some music, listen to a song, maybe listen to that song 2 or 3 times. First time, you want to listen to the lyrics. What are the lyrics saying? What are they saying? Second time, you might want to listen to the instrumental part. Third time, are they harmonizing? Are they, what are some things you can pick out in there? Because whatever you can do to get your mind from looping, whatever that overthinking, anxious thought stuff, to focus on something else will be helpful. It's going to calm all of that stuff down. And, prayer, meditation, all of those things can be helpful as well to help you to, heal that. Because, anything that we go through, we can resolve. We can heal from it. It doesn't have to be, I'm learning it myself, how to stop overthinking. I'm working on it.
Definitely. It's definitely a process. So one of the things that I saw during the research, it says the over-explainer habit. While overthinkers feel the need to justify, clarify, and soften everything that they say, how this ties into people-pleasing and the fear of being misunderstood.
Yep, and that typically comes from some type of trauma, some type of childhood trauma, probably. Definitely. I've always had to, I feel like, I over-explain myself because I'm trying to make peace of a situation that may not be something that need to be made peace of. Like being a little kid and, why'd you do this? Oh, I didn't try to, that kind of stuff. You grow into an adult, you find yourself doing that. Even if no one putting you out there like that, you're trying to explain yourself. A lot of that is rooted into, trauma, self-esteem, self-worth types of things. Yeah. Over explaining yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I feel like, I guess for me in that space where I've been there, I feel like what I said or whatever situation needed to be explained because the perception was wrong. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what it is on my end, this. So I'm trying to get you to understand, because 9 out of 10, I feel like you took it wrong. It wasn't what you said it was, or how you took it. So, but yeah, I will. I probably was worse at it when I was younger versus now. I mean, like, I'm gonna give you this little one time and tell you what it is, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do with it afterwards.
And that's probably best.
Yeah.
Because
how hard I explain to you, still gonna have your mind is already made up. So
that'd be the worst part.
Yeah.
I know for me, confrontation sets off my anxiety. Like the thought of having an uncomfortable conversation, or how that conversation is, what direction it's going to go in, how it's going to be taken, how it's going to be perceived. I overthink that like a lot.
Yep, and that's part of it. Trying to predict the future, trying to predict the outcome of a situation before it even happened, and we really can't. I think we can be mindful of how we present, certain conversations or certain things, but a person on the receiving end is bringing whatever with them. We got to realize that too. Yes, we have anxiety. Yep, we gonna overthink. The other person might be in that same boat as well. And I think bringing clarity to situations are different than having to feel like you have to always explain yourself, because sometimes there can be a misunderstanding. And if people are open to clarity, to getting a clear understanding of, hey, you took this wrong, this is what it is. We can't predict that they would take it wrong. But I think sometimes if you know a person, you know who you're dealing with, you know your audience, you know how you can present. But even with that, they might still take it a whole nother way. And, and that's a communication breakdown that have to be worked on, as far as the two people willing to work on that communication versus trying to predict what may happen. And it might not even be any of it.
Yeah.
It may not be any of it. I know sometimes myself, I will think the worst of a situation to try to soften a blow if something bad happens. And that's really not good, because nothing bad got to happen. And if something bad did happen, then I'll take it as it comes. But trying to, again, predict what could happen and what might happen in situations is really not good. We have to practice mindfulness and stay present and just take things as they come. If I have a conversation with you and you get defensive, we can step back and be like, okay, what has happened? And hopefully in a cool situation, you can have a conversation and understand, like, okay, this was a misunderstanding. Can we agree to, either we can clarify, we can agree to disagree, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it takes a lot of, I don't know, it takes a lot of determination and will to acknowledge the overthinking and work towards, healing that situation. Becoming more self-aware, journaling, understanding the root. I think that's where a lot of shadow work comes in, understanding the root. Why do I feel like I always have to explain myself? Maybe because at some point in time, I didn't feel like I was heard, and I felt like maybe I have to defend myself. And that's a whole nother trauma response right there. So I think when we get to a point of where we can let go and unlearn that response to things, and like you say, just this is what it is, bam. Instead of overthinking it and trying to predict what might happen, it'll give us some peace, to teach us how to protect our own peace in these situations.
Ooh. I'm trying to learn how to do that. Is protecting my peace.
Child. Hey, it's a process and it's a journey. And I think that, we just have to be determined, come up with a plan, talk to somebody if we need to, and do the work. Everything that we talk about, everything that we deal with is something that we can overcome, we can heal from. We gotta do the work. You gotta take the steps to do what you need to do and become self-aware mainly.
Yeah.
That's true.
And as we were touching on that when you said the roots, the childhood roots, it says growing up in chaos, criticism, or unpredictability trains the brain to overanalyze.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, it does. It does. I always call myself an empath, but I read somewhere that empaths come from trauma because you've had probably a parent figure that was always, kind of unpredictable. And so you were trying to feel the room, feel the energy, feel the air. Okay, are we in a good mood? Can I chill or do I have to be on alert? With this situation. So that's how we can pick up what everybody else is feeling because it's been something that's taught. Yeah. I love my parents. I know my mama be like, you be wearing me out on your lives. About me. Okay. It just is what it is. And I give my mother grace because, hey, and I think people have room to grow. And I think sometimes parenting styles, they come, as we've said before, they come from slavery. It's this control authoritarian persona. And a lot of times you have some children that need that, and some children may not need all of that. Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, everybody gonna get it. And because everybody got it, how we view ourselves stems from that. My parents were hard on me. Yeah, I was a follower. I'm really a leader. I see that now. I'm almost 50 years old. But when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I know. And maybe they saw it. And it was like, you ain't do this right. You need to do this. You ain't do that right. You need to do that. So it makes you grow up feeling like you need validation from everybody. Did I do this right? Did I do this right? Am I good? Whatever. It did, is this, is that. They don't see that. And I don't think their intentions were to have you to be like that. I think, like I said, a lot of the parenting styles came from slavery. A lot of other things, were things that they learned from their own parents who, all of those may not have been the best, but they did what they knew to do, And so as people grow and they evolve and they learn different things, things could be different. People learn, people grow, people learn stuff, and people can unlearn things.
True.
So.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I was like, whoo. Well, I can see that there. Yeah. And we were talking about the tough stuff. So this one also says decision paralysis, why simple choices feel heavy, and how fear or regret or judgment freezes the action.
Mm-hmm. I don't want nobody to be mad at me. I don't want nobody to be mad at me because I'm doing what I think I need to do. And that can really make you, I don't want to disappoint nobody. I don't want to have to deal with nobody else's emotions or feelings. And so it stops you from doing what you feel you need to do for yourself. We often put self to the side in order to people please, because we think it's going to be this or that. And that's where we have to learn to stand firm on whatever it is that we need or whatever it is that we decide to do. If people get offended or something happens, we can apologize. They can accept it or not, but the intention behind it, you know what your intentions were. And like I said, we communicate with people who carry their own bags, and we may think a simple conversation should be simple, but they may be bringing their own stuff with it. And that's not to say never talk to people, but we can't really fix everything before anything even happens,
Yeah, you're right. I'm definitely right. Can't fix what's not broke.
That part. Because it may not be broke. We might think it could be something, but it might not. And we weren't for nothing.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one I saw, it said how relationships trigger overthinking. text messages, tone changes. Baby, look here. That tone change will take me out. And don't let my tone change, because my tone change gonna knock you out. My tone change got some attitude with it. So yeah. Delayed responses.
Mhm. Did I say something wrong? They, we whole cadence going back and forth, and all of a sudden I'm like, damn, did I say that wrong? Maybe I said it like this? And here I go before the next message come in, explaining myself, and they might have went to the bathroom. I don't know that.
They done got like 5 text messages from me at that point.
Yes. You mad? What you mean? They be like, the hell, I had to pee. What you talking about?
I jumped in the shower. Like,
Ain't that happened?
you got that? You don't see the little dots of that little replying on the bottom. You like,
oh, that
them
gave me
damn
anxiety
dots is
too.
the devil. It's like, what's the matter? My phone service, I gotta hold the phone up by the windows or something. What's going on? Why are they not responding? What is happening?
yeah.
Or they'll start and stop, start and stop. I'm like, oh my God, just send the message already.
That part.
Or
You know
it's
what I
going,
hate?
and it's been going for a while, and you like, this must be a long ass message. And then when they finally send it, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That, you know what? Or like if they text like, we need to talk, then I'd be like, damn.
Ooh,
What happened? What happened yesterday? Did I say something? Did I do something?
Yeah,
And you might be like, what you want to eat tonight? God damn it, why y'all don't say that? What you don't say? We need to talk about dinner. Okay. Now we need to talk. Y'all just messed my whole world up. Okay. Or can we talk later? Not a whole day. It's like, dang, what did I do? Is it this? Is it that? Here go the mind spinning. Here you go. Boom. Take off for the races. That kind of thing.
Yes. So I'm like, yeah. And then it says ambiguity. And I was like, I feel like somebody after me with this. this whole thread. I feel like, so it's the state of being unclear or open to more than one interpretation.
Yeah. You can send a simple message and we could take it and run with it. Like I said, that we need to talk. Oh Lord, what's happening? We finna break up. Oh man, what did I do? I didn't do nothing. Did I say something? Maybe I forgot to take out the trash. I don't know what happened. You can interpret something because a lot of times the anxiety will bring negative thinking, and we will create stories and scenarios to try to fit because the uncertain can be hell. And I think a lot of that is the controlling. So that's where acceptance come in, and I think when we feel that, how do we deal with it? If somebody texts you something and it's like, oh my God, go walk, go breathe, journal, do something, get drinking some ice water, do something to calm your nervous system, calm your thoughts down, and tell yourself, I'll know what they're talking about when they respond back, instead of like going off and thinking some other junk, find something that you can do to calm yourself and keep yourself busy and not worry about it. Yeah. And then when you have a conversation, tell them, hey, can y'all not do that? Like when you text me, I have anxiety. So when you say that triggers the hell out of me. Now I know I'm responsible for my own triggers, but dang, give me a little grace. If you want to talk to me later, wait till later and say, hey, can we talk? As opposed to 8 a.m. to say, can we talk tonight? It's like, nah, I'm messed up all day. But on the flip side of that,
all day.
I need to walk. I need to journal. I need to calm myself down. I need to look at what's actual. Did anything happen? Nope. So I ain't got nothing to be worried about because nothing happened. What could it be? I will know when they tell me. Trying to tell yourself those things. I know that's like raising Lazarus from the dead. I understand it, but we have to find ways to calm ourselves during those times because it'll drive us nuts and we'll be overthinking and catastrophizing. And we've been, just all nerved up for what? For nothing, really. Because it may not even be all of that. We don't know. I might be in
I like that
call
word. Catastrophizing. I like that word.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely part of it. Ooh, if I should have printed, and something said printed, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna need it. But there's a lot of different anxious thoughts. I think one of them, catastrophizing, is one. Trying to predict the future is another one. Trying to tell what somebody else is thinking. I know that's probably not the term they use.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in a room full of people, a lot of people have social anxiety, and often they feel people looking at them and judging them. People might not even be looking and judging nothing. Oh, look out now, I done hit somebody. Okay, so yeah, they may not be. Sometimes I know I have a tendency to be thinking, and I might stare when I'm thinking. I might be looking in your direction, but I'm really not looking at you. My thoughts probably negative somewhere. Probably negative somewhere, but my view is you. That don't mean I might not even see you. My eyes just went in your direction and my thoughts are somewhere else. But a lot of times we feel like, oh, they're looking at me, they judging me. And there were some other ones. I'm gonna have to go find that sheet because it's been a minute. Other unhelpful thinking. But a lot of times I know for me, my number one, I'm a catastrophizer. And I'm working on that because everything is not negative. Everything doesn't have to be the worst. New things can be good. New things don't have to necessarily be bad. And we only know how things are going to be as we go through it. I can't predict the outcome of stuff. I can only stay mindful, stay in the present, and just go through whatever the situation is and see how it turns out. Now, if it has any issues or anything, then I can deal with that as they come. Because a lot of times the stuff we think might happen may not even happen, and it could actually be something else that we hadn't even planned for, but we deal with it as it comes.
True.
Right.
So I looked those up.
Okay.
Catastrophizing is one. Mind reading.
That part. Yeah, that was it. About what other people think in the mind reading. Yeah.
Fortune telling.
Ooh.
Predicting the future as if it's already decided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All or nothing. Seeing things either perfect or terrible, no in-betweens. Overgeneralizing. Taking one moment and turning it into a pattern.
Yep. They always do that. No, they don't. They do it all the time. Stop it.
Yeah. And that's the funny part. And it says, I messed up once, so I'll always mess up.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm guilty on that one.
Girl.
Emotional reasoning. Believing your feelings are facts.
Ooh, that's me.
I have to rewire my brain with that one.
Yeah, because it says, I feel anxious, so something must be wrong.
Yep.
Two things can be true.
That's it. My left foot itching. Something finna happen, Jesus. Y'all better call him. Okay.
Yeah. Personalization. Blaming yourself for things outside of your control.
Ooh.
Yeah, that be me, Jesus. I'm the whole sheep. I just can't. It's me. All of it's me. It's me. I'm
You see me over here. I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm that hit dog. I'm hollering. Ooh. Yeah.
Yes. Should statements. Putting pressure on yourself with unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Thought process, I should be stronger. I should be over this.
I shouldn't be thinking about this. Well, you are. You're human. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, woo, woo. Hush, hush, hush.
Yeah. let's see, what's the other one? Filtering out the positive, ignoring the good, and focusing only on what went wrong. You remember the one criticism, not the 10 compliments.
Jesus. And that's me. And I have to learn to practice gratitude with that. Look at it. Let them fell out. Yeah. Definitely. Because, it happens. Being a perfectionist, you want everything to go right. That one damn thing that tears me up. Dang, what I need to do. And they like, you done got all these awards. Everybody good. Everything's great. But that one thing, get over it. It's okay. And this is my own mind chatter. And so with that, for me, one thing that I do to help me to not just look at the negative stuff that didn't happen is I try to amplify the positive. What positive happened? What can I do in my journaling? What were my wins for today? And I try to write those things down. A friend of mine helped me out with it's a gratitude mirror, or what good things happen, good things and gratitude. And so on my bathroom mirror, I have Post-it notes, like these. Yeah, here they go. Yeah. I have the Post-it notes, and I'm writing down what am I grateful for today, or what one positive thing happened today. And so I started my little mirror, and I covered up. It's halfway covered because it's a huge mirror. So it's halfway covered, and I have to remind myself, what were the positive things? I can tell y'all the negative shit that happened, but what were some of the good things that happened? And so that's a way to retrain your brain, to not go straight to the negative, but look at all the positive things. We miss that sometimes. And so just a reminder of those things. I think that society puts pressure on us to get it right. And instead of being able to applaud the wins, we want to focus on the losses as failures, but really they're lessons for us to learn. Yeah, I might have did 100 things right, but this one thing that I didn't do right, it's okay. Maybe I could learn from it, so next time I'll know what to do and do better. We got to give ourselves some grace.
Yes, and I say that to my children on a regular basis, that there's something positive in every day. And just because your day may start off positive, don't mean you can't finish strong. That's because it started off negative, don't mean you can't change that and can't finish the day strong. So, focus on the positive and not the negative, because there's usually more positive than it is negative.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I know for me, when I started driving, I had really bad driver's anxiety. So when I got pushed into driving, I was catastrophizing the whole thing. It was all in here for the most part. I was like, oh my God, what if I get in the car and the car blow up while I'm in it?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
What if I'm driving and the engine fall out? It was so many different scenarios in my head. It was so many scenarios. And then at some point I ended up talking to my therapist about it. She said, at one point, is some of those even realistic?
That's hard.
You got a point. And she was like, I want you to journal every single time that you drive, how it went, what happened, and put at the end of it, I'm okay.
That's good. That's really good. And I think once majority of our anxious thoughts are irrational. It's not something that really may happen. And if it did happen, then what? We're going to resolve it. We're going to do whatever we got to do to fix it, get around it, or whatever we need to do to continue on our course of action with whatever it is that we're doing. And so I think that we have to put those things into practice. I think because, we're talking about this tonight and we recognizing it. Everybody in here that hooped and amen and like, yes, preacher, yes, okay. You're talking to me, pastor. Yes, amen, okay. But what do? You get in the practice of retraining your brain to think more positive, to be aware of when you're going on a spiral. You got to talk to yourself. Let me bring this back. This is an anxious thought that I'm having. None of this stuff is happening because where am I? I am sitting in my house. Ain't nobody in here but me. If it did happen, I'll deal with it as it comes. And you have to continue to have that positive self-talk to continue to tell yourself, these things that are going on. It's a practice. The same way we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, we do our hair. The same way we can retrain our thinking to have more positive thoughts and to relax. Because I think also stress. We at work, we stress. We trying to get gas in your car, child. That give me stress. Okay, the way the gas prices then went up.
Baby.
Learning how to calm ourselves to be in a more relaxed state can be helpful with the anxiousness, with the anxiety, and also going to therapy because there is a root. And I think once we can work on healing that particular root, it can help, the course with everything else we have to heal that was in its path. Coping strategies are nice. Coping strategies help us to calm down and help us to deal with something in a moment. But if we really want to not do it and, cut it off once and for all, we got to get to the source. Once we can get to the source and heal that, then we start looking at the patterns that can. That's where the shadow work comes in. Therapy and shadow work are akin because we're going deep within to find out what happened. And then we're working on healing it and then healing everything that came down the path from that. It's a journey.
It most definitely is.
Yes. Yes. So the last one was ruminating, replaying the same thought, mistake, or fear over and over. And you won't let your brain won't let the moment rest.
Over and 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 over. And over and over and over. Yes.
Yeah.
It's sickening. I'm talking to myself. It's sickening because it does. And even with that, you have to give yourself some grace. If something happened, we make mistakes. We are human. We're going to make some kind of mistake at some point in life. If we hurt someone in that mistake, we can go to them and ask for forgiveness. Hopefully, when they're ready, they can give us their forgiveness. And then we have to turn around and forgive ourselves. If I would have known better, I would have done better. Or I made a bad choice. Or I catastrophized something and thought somebody was doing something and I pulled up ready to fight and anybody was over there doing that. So we have to give ourselves some grace in that. And I think, I say let it go like it's so easy, but we have to release it. We have to release the control on this situation because ruminating over it is not going to change it. And we don't know if the situation were to occur again, will we even repeat that same pattern or whatever, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. True. No, very, very true. Because, sometimes it's going on to do what it do by itself. You be like, hey, leave me alone. I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Leave me alone. I'd be mad. I'd be able to, like a kid with scary monster in the air. I'm got like this trying to go back to sleep. Like, leave me alone. I'm sleepy.
Okay. That part.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, this was good. Yeah, this was good.
Like I just told on myself like several times. So
I got all my stuff out there. I'm just might as well just just bear it all. It's just open. Put everything out there.
You know, start writing a list. Like, check.
But when you can identify, things that affects you, it helps you to hold accountability. Because I think a lot of times we can try to pass some of this on to somebody else. Well, I'm like this because of my parents. The end. Okay, well, that might be the root, but you still have free will and control over how you do and say and whatever else is going on. That might be what started it off, but you can finish it. Yeah, you might have had a messed up childhood, and many of us have, but it's up to you to get the healing for that, not to blame other people or pass that on or being a victim in it, but to take accountability for that, to be vulnerable enough to say like, hey, yeah, this was me, and this is what I need to do, or this is what I am doing to be able to get the help. And if you don't know how to get the help, how to start it off, They got plenty of therapists, life coaches, folks that we can connect you with. You can't do it by yourself. You need a little help. Everybody need a little help. I need a little help. I got a big team. When I think about my support system, I got a team. I got a legion of people, okay, that's helping me in my time of need. And I can appreciate that. And I'm a therapist. And ain't no shame in my game. Sometimes I need some help because these healing journeys be hell. And I be ready to be like, you know what? Just put some newspapers over me and let me just roll in the street because I done had enough of it. They're like, no, come on, sister, we got you. We got you. Come on. You ain't got to go get in the street and fall out. We got you. Come on.
Yeah.
I just had my session yesterday.
Okay, well, good. Amen. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because, I mean, hey, sometimes we need some help. I have studied all this stuff, but when it comes to me, it's like I done lost it. But I can help other people. But I don't know what it is about your own stuff. Like they always say, doctors make the worst patients. So I guess that goes for therapists too, because I know what to do. But when it comes to doing it for self, sometimes, you know, we put self on the back burner and be worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
So do what you got to do for yourselves. Get what you need. Talk to a professional. Get a support group. You know, get you some books. There's a lot of people have shared their stories and insight about, you know, the overthinking and attachment styles. That's a whole other thing right there. And trauma and, you know, and how it affects us mentally, physically, and spiritually. So there's a lot of help out there. If you need it, you can find it, or we can help you find it.
Yeah, most definite. Most definite. All right. I think that was pretty good. We're coming up to that 1 hour mark. Y'all want to go ahead and do y'all outros?
You go first, Lanika, because I'm trying to think.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed ladies' night. Hey, okay. I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy coming on. And overthinking is something that a lot of people do. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're doing it. But once, you know, you become self-aware, you don't have to just live with it. You don't have to be like, oh, well, this is just what it is. I overthink. You have control over that. And you can get control over that. And if you need someone to help you, you know, like I said, they got plenty of therapists and everything out there. If you need some guidance and you're in the great state of Texas, you can go to www.lavalaislpc.com and hit me up. You know, I have some clinicians that are available. Even if you just, maybe you live in another state and you don't know which direction to go in, hit me up and I'll help you out. But I appreciate y'all having me tonight as always.
No stuff. You ready now?
Yes. Just so y'all know, this is not a super push on therapy, because I know sometimes it's not for everybody or whatever. But if you are thinking about it, do not be afraid to take that step. I know it's a big step for somebody to know all your business, all up in your grill, all up in your business, tell you, oh, you could have maybe did this better, maybe you could have said something better. It's all out of love, all out of it. But at the end of the day, do what's best for you and your mental health, because it is important and you are important.
Yeah, definitely that. Well, all right. I don't know how many people might have been writing this down or checking off the boxes as we went through this list. If you got more than two, go get you a therapist. Go call get you a therapist. Because I don't know about y'all, but we was over here howling. Woo! At the moon. There ain't have to be a moon out. We was over here howling because we hit some boxes. And sometimes, like Larneka said, sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing certain things. So when somebody started talking, you were like, oh, damn. Oh, I do that. But that reality of when we're having these conversations is your reality check for you to be able to be like, oh, That's what that is.
Is me. Oh my God.
Let
Oh
me
my
see
God.
how.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like, damn, I didn't realize.
Thinking.
So yes, when we're having these conversations, this is that moment for self-reflection, for you to realize and take note that, oh, I do that. It's also awareness. Oh, I didn't realize that I was doing that. These is all for growth, healing, and correction, to unlearn, to be better than you already are. It's not pointing fingers. Ooh, you all messed up. Ooh, you got this wrong. No, it's really that self-reflection to realize, oh, I got something that I can work on because I want to be better. I don't want to be this, and this. So let me unlearn. Let me learn how I can work through this and be better at where I am in life and to be able to function. Because I don't know about anybody else, but anxiety can be so disabling. Like,
Yes.
depending on your anxiety, whether it's causing you headache, whether your anxiety is bad enough to where it has your body hurting, you feeling like you got the flu or like mule kicked. That mule kick is a whole different feeling. Even just the stomach discomfort that can
Oof.
occur and happen. So just being able to follow the tips, grounding, the deep breathing, the stretching, moving, exercising, singing a song. Baby, you can ask my child, I be in the kitchen and I'm cooking. Let me tell you how I got the big TV on in the living room and I got my music playing. And if somebody else watching TV, I got my headphones in. Man, music is my whole therapy. So
Okay.
I'm a 90s baby. So I throw my own 90s on and play it like it came out
That's all I'm
yesterday
talking about. Okay.
and be straight on it. So that's just my calm that always calm me down. So yes, like find what works for you to calm your nervous system. I've heard people say, hey, sticking their face in a bowl of ice water. Yeah, they can have that right there. My therapy.
Right, drink it, then put my face in it.
There you go. I'll drink that little color of water. But I remember my therapy when my anxiety was really bad last year. Oh my God, I had this whole little moment. My crap was off the chain. It was in a whole different level with medicine. It was on a whole different level. And she was like, you gotta like reset your nervous system. She was like, put you a bottle of water in the freezer, put it on the back of your neck. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going ahead and try this. But it's something about things that are cool or cold that is calming to your nervous system. So yeah, because I
Let you
was
know
at a
you're
point
safe.
where, yeah, it was at a point where I was touching the walls because the walls was cool and it was calming for me. So I was like, oh, okay, this what this is. I ain't gonna tell nobody because somebody might think I'm crazy up here touching the damn wall. But it was calming
If it
me
worked
down.
for you, tell me what you want.
I was in
Mhm.
dire need. I was willing to try anything at that point. So definitely find out what works for you. And it's okay to make corrections. Nobody is perfect. Nobody was born perfect. A lot of things from childhood, again, we got to heal from. We also got to unlearn and
Yes.
protect ourselves and do better. So, hey, it's a process. But if you want it, go get it.
Yep. Go
Yeah.
get it. It's there for you. Definitely available.
Mhm.
This is your life. You can control it. You can. That's the only thing we can control is us. And that's one thing that's going
Mhm.
haywire. We have the power and the ability to end that. If we don't want to do it, we can rechange our thinking. We can change our mindset, our perspectives on how we see things. We can definitely heal from it. It's doable. Definitely doable.
Definitely. Yes. So we are going to close out for tonight. Um, please be safe. I know we got some thunderstorms coming. It's already been cutting up outside around here. I don't know what's been going on for the last 4 weeks down here, but all this rain has been doing the most. Yeah. So, but y'all be safe. Take care. Um, I'm gonna give y'all some homework for the week.
Yep.
Check on somebody that you have not talked to in a while. Even if
Ooh.
this person has maybe just vaguely crossed your mind, maybe that's a hint for you to call and check on them. So check on somebody this week that you haven't talked to in a while. I can say I've had that happen quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, and it's been crazy that somebody has crossed my mind, and then I've run into them in the grocery store. And I'm like, I ain't seen this child in like 15 years. What in the hell? But it's actually been happening. So yeah, like I said, check on somebody you haven't checked on in a while. Just friendly hello, even if you send it by text. Maybe you don't want to talk, just send a text. Say, hey, how you doing? You know, cross my mind, just want to make sure you're good. But yeah, definitely do that. So yeah, but again, y'all be safe. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow us on our regular social media outlets. And y'all have a great night.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this. Don't talk about it. Really on the move.